moment. What is going on, YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you guys so much for joining us for this. Today is our 90-Day Fiance The Other Way review. This is season 16. What is this? Episode 15, I believe?
Episode 14 now.
14, episode 14. Thank you so much. How you doing, Dustin? So glad you're with me today.
So glad to be with you, Jonathan. Very
Yeah.
much. As you know, I had some things happen during the week and stuff like that. So thank you very much for being there.
Absolutely.
We'll be able to get through it without your love and support very much.
Absolutely. It's always my pleasure to support you. I love you, Dustin. And we're going to be here for one another together. So let's start out with both of our least favorite couple on this series. We're starting with Statler and Dempsey. So Statler and Dempsey, they get off the boat and they're finally in Paris. Paris, France, and they're having this, conversation while they're getting their picture, their portrait drawn. They're having this conversation while they're getting their portrait drawn, talking about their future plans. Dempsey does not want to be the one to propose. She wants Statler to propose to her. And Statler actually says that she wanted to propose to Dempsey when she first met her. And then they also have this conversation about Statler's condition and how she's reacting to certain things and her mood swings, her anxiety. And she's like, if you can't deal with my anxiety, I don't know if we should still be together. It's like Statler is only thinking of herself. She does not consider Dempsey in any way, shape, or form. And that is never good in any type of relationship, whether it's just a friendship or an actual romantic relationship. You need to be considering your partner in every decision that you make and all of the ways that you conduct yourself and everything that you do. You must consider your partner in this. We discussed this a little bit before we went live, Dustin, but do you think they're doing this whole back and forth thing with Statler's anxiety for cameras, or do you think this is actually an issue that Statler has and she's using as an excuse?
I think it's actually an issue, Jonathan. I think they're doing it for. I think they're doing it for both for the camera and for real life, because I think it is an issue in her real life, but I think the cameras are just making it more noticeable. Right. It really is. But I think it really is an issue. You have to make for sure, you have to make for sure, when you're in a relationship or a friendship, you have to be you have to be supportive to one another. So not only does you have to support the person that you're with, but you also have to support the person that you are close to and that you are very close to. Just like I support you as well as you support me. So that's just like, that's how I feel. You have to support each other, in the very hard times. No matter if it's a hard time or a good time. We take the good times and the hard times both, so we have to support each other between the hard times and the good times.
I have a feeling that she may be feeling these feelings, but I feel like she exaggerates them to make up for what it is that she either doesn't want to do or is not comfortable with doing. And so she uses that as an excuse. Yes, she may be feeling anxiety, but when you're saying so calmly, hey, Robin, thank you so much for being here. When you're saying so calmly and in such a cool demeanor that you're having an anxiety attack, but we see no symptoms of an anxiety attack, it's clear that you're not having an anxiety attack, Statler. So I believe that you may be having an anxiety attack, but as far as us looking from the outside in, it's not believable when your body language and your actions are not showing us that you're actually having an anxiety attack. And so I feel like it may be real to her, but not to the extent that she's trying to make it come across to the viewers. And clearly not to the extent that it's coming across to Dempsey. Go ahead, Dustin.
I think TLC likes to sprinkle a little drama onto everything.
Yeah,
they're a big supporter of more drama, the more viewers we get. So you also have to take that in consideration as well, because TLC has been known to do that before, and they've been for a very long time. Because they like to sprinkle a little bit of drama in the program. Jonathan. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
see where
that's
you're
how.
coming from. I see where you're coming from with that, Dustin.
Yeah, they like to sprinkle a little. They like to sprinkle a little stuff in there, but it's not true sometimes.
And what did you think of their discussion while they were getting their portrait drawn? Surprisingly, it seems like this was a setup because it's kind of hard for me to believe that this random person that's doing drawings of people is actually speaking a good English, but he just so happens to be able to speak English. And they're speaking about their plans for the future, and the fact that Dempsey said that she's not going to be the one to propose. What did you think that conversation was kind of cute? Because it's kind of hard for me to get into this couple because of the way I feel about Statler. Were you able to at least enjoy that conversation that they had concerning proposal?
Well, the proposal was kind of surprising to me. The question
Really
proposed, because I didn't think that they were. As I know, Jonathan, as I told you, they're no longer together. So
okay, yeah.
That's my what I'm voicing it off of, because these shows were filmed a long time ago, like the last year or so. But I like to see where they're at now, because these people, they're not no longer together. This couple here, but yes, it was cute. It was nice to see it, Jonathan. But as we know, they're no longer together.
Hey,
But
Lady Virgo, thank you so much for being here with us.
that's just how I felt, because they're not happy. They're not happy together anyway. So why should it be miserable?
Exactly.
They're, as I can see, I'm over this couple, Jonathan.
Same here.
I'm over it. This couple right here, because they're not happy. And as I always say it, Jonathan, if you're not happy, then why be miserable? Your life is already too short as it is. So why make yourself even more miserable than you have to be? It just seems like they're just trying to make it more miserable for themselves.
Exactly. You have to think of your own happiness. You have to think of your own joy and your own peace of mind. Although you will have to consider your partner in those thoughts and in those decisions. However, you still have to put yourself first at the end of the day. And I will say I do enjoy conversations between couples in the LGBTQIA community speaking about proposals, because sometimes you think, well, which one of you guys is going to propose? I, for one, will say that I do wish to be proposed to. I will not be getting down on one knee to propose to no man. I would love that's just my dream for me personally.
And that's what I want for you, Jonathan. That's what I want for you as well, as your best friend. I want for you what you deserve. So, of course, I want you to be happy as well. So,
Thank you so much for that, Dustin. Yes, so I'll probably will have the conversation with my significant other, but yes, I do desire to be proposed to, and so that is an important conversation to have. Now, in some relationships, it may be just a given, and that conversation is not necessary. But I think I will definitely make sure that is set in stone. That my man knows. I expect to be proposed to. This is a marriage thing. This ain't no hit it and quit it, just a sneaky link type thing. No. We want relationship. We want courting. We want the whole 9 yards. So we'll see where it goes with Dempsey and Statler. Once again, as we both said, Dustin, they're our least favorite couple on this show. They to me, their issues are so small and so minuscule and like really have no weight to them. It's just that Statler just she's like a lot of people say, she's putting 20 on 10. She's putting too much on her anxiety and making it seem like it's more of a problem than it really is. And that is what Dempsey's issue is with it. It's like, you're not having an anxiety attack, girl. Like, come on. Like, I'm grown. You can't pull the wool over my eyes to try to make it seem like this is a part of your condition. And trust and believe, I do believe that she has the, autism and, whatever, ADHD, whatever condition that she does has. I'm sure that she did not lie about having that condition. However, when you are with a partner, it is not your partner's job to hold your hand, at least in my opinion, to hold your hand when you're exaggerating and using that as an excuse. To me, it seems like, from my point of view, that she's using her condition as an excuse. And I don't think that it's fair to Dempsey, what she's doing to her. I just don't think so.
And that makes people like other people like disabilities like me, it makes me look bad, Jonathan.
Right.
It makes other people, and I don't mean to make it. I don't mean to make it about myself here, but that's what's it makes people like me that have a disability, that have my situation, as Jonathan knows, my situation is not very easy at all. So this makes other people look bad, like when they talk about their situation, but it just makes other people look bad like that.
It does. It's like the little girl who cried wolf. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's what it's feeling like. Like she's just putting too much and using it as an excuse. And I
that just
can't.
didn't sit right with me.
It doesn't sit right with me either, Dustin. But we'll see what happens with this couple in the coming episodes. Let's move on to Corona and NG. So Corona and NG, they go do this dive in the cold water. I can't remember exactly what they called it, a chill dive or something of that nature. And Corona's like, Black people don't do this. We don't get into the cold water. We don't do that. And a lot of times when you get in the pool, when you first get in the pool, it's a lot of times pretty colder than it is when you're in there for a little while. But I'm assuming that when she gets in this pool is not going to get any warmer as she stays in there. And we see that she barely got half of her body into the water, actually. But I'm glad that she at least gave an attempt to get in, because NG was just almost up to his neck in that water. He had no issues with being in that cold. Just a little backstory. The hot water in my bathroom is not in my shower is not currently working the best, and so the water only gets like barely lukewarm to cold. I don't do no cold showers. I'm sorry, my body cannot handle it. But they eventually moved to. Right. They eventually moved to the hot tub, and she's telling NG that about this meeting that she had with this counselor concerning her in being enrolled into midwife school to be a midwife. And she tells him that she's going to have to wait possibly up to a year and a half to be able to enroll, and on top of that, she has to learn the Icelandic language, because the whole class, the whole certification is in Icelandic, as well as the interview itself to get into the school is in Icelandic as well. And NG suggested that she do some other type of nursing job, but I'm going to assume that if she does take any type of medical type of career job in Iceland, she's going to have to learn the language regardless of what she's going to do, because she's going to be dealing one-on-one with the people that live in Iceland. So what did you think about this? And I'll give my thoughts.
She's gonna have to learn the language no matter what she does, because you're not gonna have any patience, Jonathan. You got to have people that have in Iceland. They're gonna have their language, and you ain't gonna know the language in the other country if you don't take the language part of it. You also have to take the language part of it anyway. So no matter what you do or what it is you're going to do, you have to know the language, Jonathan. That's just a period and a point blank to me, because you have to know the language anyway.
Exactly. What did you think of Corona's reaction to NG seemingly not taking it that seriously? And she's like, I don't want you to tell me that it's okay. I want you to tell me that it's okay and give me a solution. Well, clearly your solution is to learn the language, girl. That's really the only solution that is required here in this particular situation. What did you think of her thinking that he's not taking it seriously? Because me personally, I think that's just his personality, that he's very lighthearted. He doesn't take life too seriously.
That's his personality, Jonathan. He don't take life too seriously at all. He just rolls with the punches, just like everybody else should. I get not everybody else, but you know what I mean. But you don't have to roll. Life is just you have to roll whatever happens in life. It's going to be hard, but you have to have the support of the people that are around, people that you are close to, and you have to get it through. You have to go through the hard times and the good times. So he's trying to support her. He's trying to support her as much as he can, Jonathan. And she doesn't. I don't think she understands he don't take all of that stuff as serious as she did, because she's the one that wants to do it. Well, if she's the one that wants to do it, then she needs the one to do the classes, to the language, because in my opinion, she ain't going to be able to do all that unless you learn the language.
Exactly. I feel like they don't know each other well enough yet. And I don't believe that they're not married yet, Dustin. Are they?
No.
Okay. So I feel like they need more time to get to know one another. I think they need more time to get to know each other's love languages. I do believe that they do speak the same love language, but it seems like she still doesn't know NG the way that I feel that she should, at least by this point in their relationship, because it seemed to me that, what he does, just because his response isn't what you expect, that doesn't mean that he's not taking your particular situation seriously, because he knows that you came over here not to only be with him, but to also work out there in Iceland while y'all are living out there together. And so just because he it's not like he totally ignored what she said. He said that, well, maybe he gave her an option to do something else. Maybe you could, be a nurse somewhere. Maybe you can do something along those lines.
My question is to you, Jonathan. Do you think that relationship's going to last? Honestly, I don't think it's going to last, because the more I see, the more I have more questions. The more I see, the more red flags I see. I don't think it's going to last. I just don't feel like it's going to last. I think she's going to have to go back to the United States.
So, Dustin, I'll answer your question this way. I want them to work. I do, because I really do enjoy NG. I love his personality. I love the way that he goes about life. I love the way that he really doesn't take things too seriously. I love his jovial attitude all the time. However, it doesn't seem like his personality is matching with Corona's. Now, here's my thing. I understand that opposites attract all the time. My parents, my sister, and my brother-in-law, perfect examples, complete opposites, and they work perfectly. However, in this situation, I don't see how they really work together. And, I'm really surprised that we haven't seen Corona go off, as she said earlier in this season, where she might think that he would want to run away from her. So I'm assuming maybe that was just her hyping herself up a little bit, because I'm thinking she's been over there for, it seems like, a couple months by now. And I feel as though he would have gotten her to that point. If she was going to go off on him, she would have gone off on him long time ago, before now. So I don't think he really has to worry about that happening. However, realistically, I honestly don't see things working out with them, because eventually, at the bottom line is Corona's going to have to learn the language to work in Iceland. That's period, point blank. There's really nothing that there's no way that she can get around doing that, because working in any field in Iceland, you have to know the language in whatever you're going to be doing.
Or do you see him moving to the United States? That's another option. Do you see him moving to United States of America, because of she knows everything on United States?
From the looks of it, it seems like NG is quite comfortable in Iceland. And they haven't even brought that up as an option, at least not even on this particular season that we're watching now, that, the possibility of them moving to America. So I'm assuming if they have had that conversation in the past, I'm thinking that there's a chance that NG may not be interested in doing that. And he has all of his family in Iceland. And I think that he's going to want to stay close to his family. We saw how close he was to his parents and his brother. And I'm not sure if he's going to want to separate himself from his family. So if he is willing to do it, I'm sure that their relationship will probably work out even better. Because he does speak English, so he would be able to find work out in America. So I think their relationship might have a better chance if they were actually living in America. But that all depends on whether NG would be willing to do that or not. And I don't know if NG would be willing to do that.
They have to be on the same page with that one. So that's just how I feel.
Right.
In order for that relationship, I feel, in order for that relationship to work, I feel like they need to be in the United States of America, because she doesn't really she don't really know the language over there, and that's how I feel about this situation.
Agreed, agreed. So let's move on to Josh and Lily. So Josh and Lily, of course, this is our couple that's living in China. So Josh's brother is coming over to China. This is good. This is great that we see someone from Josh's family in the mix. This is the first time one of his friends or family members has actually been on the show this season. And Lily actually says that she's able to text Josh's brother and kind of get advice on, whenever it is that they're having some type of disagreement, she's able to get some advice from him. On how she'll be able to get through to Josh. However, Dustin, it is in this particular episode that I've come to the realization that Lily does not care. What does she not care about? She does not care about Josh's feelings because he has told her over and over again, stop bringing up the fact that you pay for everything. Stop bringing up the fact that you buy me things. Stop bringing up the fact that you are the breadwinner. Stop bringing up the fact that I cannot work here in China while I'm here. Stop bringing up the fact that you are paying for everything. It bothers me. And for me as a man and my masculinity, it does nothing but bring me down. And Lily doesn't care. They're actually on their way to a store where she actually accidentally says the word snake instead of the word snacks. And so they're going out to get snacks. And Lily is saying, the other night we had we had an argument and she slammed her phone down on the table and, they were going back and forth. And then she also brings up the fact that the dinner was $50 and he says, oh, well, Lily, you're bringing up money again. And it's like, I don't think that it's a language barrier anymore. I think that Lily might want to use that as an excuse. However, I don't think Lily cares. Lily knows exactly what Josh is uncomfortable with. She knows what brings him down emotionally. She knows what bothers him, but she does not care because she is the breadwinner. It seems like she's wearing the pants in the relationship from this point of view, looking from the outside in. And it doesn't matter what Josh wants because Lily is splitting the bill for everything. So it's Lily's way or the highway. And for this reason, I don't see them working out because I don't think Josh is going to be able to pull up with Lily's BS for too much longer. Dustin, what do you think? Do you agree or not?
I do agree. I do 100% agree because his feelings needs to be validated.
Right.
There's two people in a relationship here, Jonathan. There's also her feelings and his feelings, but his feelings need to be validated as much as hers do. So that's gonna tear your relationship apart, Jonathan, because you have to make sure that the other person has to feel comfortable as well. So it has to be. They always have to be in the same page because they're supposed to be together. But I don't feel like right now. I don't feel like they're on the same page at all. I really don't.
And Robin says down in the comments here, do you think that Josh can withstand? Can withstand this constant humiliation? I'm not sure exactly what that last word is. Information or in. I don't know what that last word is, Robin. You got me needing to go to the dictionary, but I don't think that Josh will be able to take this too much longer, Robin. I really don't think. And this is so sad to me because it seems like Lily wants this relationship. She wants to be in love with Josh and she wants to be with him, but her actions are doing the opposite of what her words are saying. Like
her actions are tearing her relationship apart with Josh. Jonathan, and that's just how I feel about it.
Right.
Her actions are tearing her relationship apart.
I feel so bad for Josh because you can see how genuinely in love Josh is with Lily. You can see how much he wants to be with her. He sacrificed, living in America to be with her over in China. I don't know. I really honestly doubt that I would move to a different country to be with someone.
No, thank you.
To be honest, unless they have buku money and they was going to take care of me, I was going to live in the lap of luxury, honey, somewhere overseas. But other than that, if I'm coming over to another country, I need to be secure and feel secure almost at all times because I'm making a sacrifice of leaving my family, leaving my comfort zone to be with you. And I'm not coming over here to be with you just so I can hear you tell me every 5 seconds how much you're paying for things, things, how much you're footing the bill, how much money you make, and how much I'm not doing in our relationship financially.
Well, she knew that. She knew that, Jonathan, that she had to pay for him in the first place, because when the season started, she knew that he wasn't going to be able to work. So she's just going to hold that again over his head for the rest of his life. And I don't want to have anything over my head for the rest of my life, Jonathan. So I don't want him to feel like that either. So that's just, everybody makes mistakes, and I learn from my mistakes, Jonathan. So that's just how I am. So I imagine how he feels.
Right, exactly. And Robin, she broke down the word for me. So I'm going to try to sound this out, y'all. So please bear with me. It's
Okay.
ad infinitum equals forever. So infinite, some type of infinitum, infinitum. I know I'm still messing it up, Robin. So please forgive me for my lack of enunciation of this particular word. I'm going to be asking Google how to pronounce this word in the future. But thank you so much for your feedback on this. But I would hope that they'd be able to work it out, but I just honestly don't think that they'll be able to. I don't think it's going to work out, though. Josh is going to get to a point to where he just cannot take it anymore, because I don't see Lily stopping, because he's told her plenty of times thus far in this season how much he doesn't like her talking about the fact that she's paying for everything and he's paying for nothing. He's told her over and over again, and she has yet to stop. Even doubles down when his brother comes over and she has to throw it in his brother's face that she's paying for everything. It's so disrespectful, in my opinion, that she is deliberately doing things that Josh is uncomfortable with, and that's just you being inconsiderate of someone's feelings and emotions concerning a certain topic. So we'll see what happens. They're supposed to be getting married very soon, so it'll be what it will be. But let's move on to.
I don't know how many more episodes we got left in this season. I think I don't know how many more episodes we got left. Do you know how many more episodes we got left?
I don't. I'll probably look that up on Google a little bit later, but I'm assuming it's probably going to be over within the next 3 to 4 weeks. That's my best guess. I'm sure we won't have too much more longer to go. But let's move on to our last couple, Sarper and Shekinah. So Shekinah is moving back into Sarper's humble abode, back into his apartment. Because they went to a therapy session, and because she said, I'm not moving back in until we go to therapy. So they went to therapy on the previous episode. Now she's moving back in, and she asked him, have you already, made your next appointment for your next therapy session? And Sarper says, yes, and in fact I have. And Shekinah is not buying this. And initially, Dustin, I was thinking, why doesn't she believe him? But apparently Shekinah knows Sarper better than we do, because she said that if Sarper had actually done this, he would have told me up front, and I would not have had to ask him to get it out of him that he had actually made another therapy appointment. And it turns out that Sarper was lying. He lied so quickly and so easily, like it was nothing. And that made me feel a certain type of way about Sarper. Now, I will have to admit, I did not notice Sarper's smile until this particular episode. And his smile is everything. He has perfect teeth. His smile is so beautiful. So I can see how he'll be able to get one over on someone just with a wink and a smile, honey. But Shekinah knows who Sarper is, and she knows that he is BSing. And he called it a little pink lie. I've never heard that terminology before, but it is really a really cute term that I might use in sometime in the future. Dustin, what did you think about him just lying off the cuff and just saying, yes, I made it the appointment, when in actuality he didn't at all?
I don't like that. For one, I don't like liars.
Right.
I like the people. I tell the truth. So, the people that I'm close to, they didn't tell me the truth and nothing but the truth, and that's just how I am. So I don't like that, because you're in a relationship with him, and your relationship's not gonna survive that little little lies that he's telling her, because it, she wanted she wanted him to go to the therapy. He didn't want to go back. So why didn't he just tell her that in the first place?
Right. Robin says, I don't see it for them. I'm thinking she's talking about Josh and Lily. Even if she's talking about Sharper and Shekinah, I believe that for them as well. And so then they go to this photo shoot, and he's dressing up like some type of emperor. I can't remember a sultan. That's the word that he used, the sultan. For those of you guys who remember the movie Aladdin, he was actually looking like the live action Jafar. Because the live action Jafar and the live action Aladdin was actually kind of fine to me. And so he looked just like Jafar from the live action Aladdin to me. And so he was a sultan, and he mentioned that the sultans typically have multiple wives, but that's not him though. He's not the one, with multiple wives. But they have this conversation, Dustin, concerning her possessiveness. He says that she's possessive over him, and he doesn't like that she's so possessive over him. And I don't know if that's the right word to use as far as how Shekinah is acting towards Sarper. But the thing is, I don't know what other word I would use. I feel like she's just very attentive towards what he's doing. And I guess, because possession to me is a link to control. And I don't think she's trying to control Sarper. However, she's trying to keep dibs on what Sarper is doing, because he's been known to have infidelities with other women in the past. And so she wants to make sure that he's all on the up and up. And so she says there's a difference between jealousy and being possessive. Me personally, I don't know that there's too much of a difference between being jealous and being possessive over over a person, but that's her thing. But he asked her to maybe cut down on being so possessive so much, and she seems like she's going to agree to it, but I don't see that changing at all.
To me, she has a reason to be the way she is, Jonathan.
Absolutely.
Because how many times have he showed her the way he truly is? So she has a right to feel the way that she feels.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel. She has a right the way she feels. Because I feel the same way. I feel the same way with this couple here, because she has a right to protect herself to a certain degree, because they always say a person that's done it before, they can do it again. But when they do it again, it's going to be even more hurtful the second time around. So, it's just you have to be very careful, Jonathan, when you're with somebody like that, like Surfer.
Right. And Robin, I believe she's correcting me. The Sultan. Yeah, he dresses up as a Sultan. I can't remember what I said before. But yes, he dressed up as a Sultan. Yes. And it's really interesting to me that it seems as though Sarper is trying to take the reins and get back into control, because I think he's feeling like she's starting to take a little bit of control, and she's starting to wear the pants a little bit and starting to make decisions. And I think Sarper sees her as trying to be the man in the relationship, when all she's doing is being more aware of what he's doing, and she's being more aware of the way that he's moving. Robin says more possessive than obsessive. Yes, agreed. She is. I will say that she is being possessive, but she's doing it because she has to. She has no choice. His actions are making it so that she feels like she has to be possessive over him. And so he's giving her no choice but to be that way because of the woman that she is. And I love the fact that she recognized in herself early on in the season that she had to change her ways. She couldn't just be a innocent bystander, just allowing him to do whatever it is that he wanted to do. No, she's going to take a more active role in their relationship to start making some decisions and to start speaking up. And Sarper seemingly doesn't like that, but I feel like if he's going to stay with Shekinah, he's going to have to accept that about her, because she's seeing that as a new level for her. She's seeing that as a new norm for their relationship.
I don't think they're going to stay together, Jonathan. I really don't, because there's only so much a person can take, and I feel like she's at her wit's end with him. Mm-hmm. I think she's at her breaking point.
I'm hoping for the best for this particular couple, Dustin. However, it would not surprise me if they didn't work out. However, I do believe that they will be able to get better. I think if they continue with the therapy, both together and separately on their own, I feel like they can actually get to a place to where they can get on the same page and figure out a way to relate with one another in their relationship in a positive way that works best for both of them. And I think couples counseling will help along the way with that. So I would hope that they do work out, because I do like them as a couple. I do like Shekinah as an individual, and I do love Sarper as an individual as well. And so I would love to see them be able to work things out. But I think Shekinah is right. They have to be in therapy, and they have to actively be working on their relationship in order for things to go well for them. So I think they can do it, Dustin, but they have to do the work in order to be able to do it.
So my question is to you: would you want to see him back on another season?
I would, just to see Sarper's beautiful smile and beautiful face and beautiful body and beautiful hair and beautiful face and beautiful everything, just to see Sarper. Shekinah's nice to look at too, you know what I'm saying? She's high, you know, I like her personality. I like that she sticks up for herself. I'm glad that she's not acting like a damsel in distress, or that she's totally aloof as far as what's going on with Sarper and what he's doing outside of her presence. I'm glad that she's insightful as far as what it is that he might be doing when she's not with him. And so I enjoy seeing that about her. And I think that we're seeing some growth from her, even though I haven't seen her in a previous season. It's good to see that she's seeing the changes in herself to make not only herself, but their relationship better. Again, Shekinah is willing to do the work, and I hope Sarper puts in the effort to do that work as well.
Yeah, I hope they're both doing the work, and I hope we both see them back next season. But I just didn't know. I hope we both see them back next season, but I just didn't. It kind of makes me feel better now. So I think because of what you said. So I think it's there for that much, Jonathan, because I didn't see a lot of hope for that couple, but now I'm starting to see more hopeful for that couple, because as I see it on the HBO Max or whatever you call it now, it just seems like it's falling apart. It seems like it's falling apart at the seams for me. But now, since I have more hope now. So thank you.
No problem. Yeah, all they have to do is do the work. That's all they have to do. Put in the effort and do the work, and they can make it happen. So yeah, that's all we have for this particular review, you guys. A couple of announcements really quickly. I posted 2 videos this yesterday. I posted a review on Monster, the Lyle and Eric Menendez story. That was a limited series on Netflix. I also posted my review on Power Book 2 Ghost, season 4, episode 10, the finale. I posted that yesterday, and also earlier today, I posted a review on the first episode of the 9th season of Housewives of Potomac. I will be reviewing Housewives of Potomac this season, and so I hope you guys enjoy that video. Also, Lady Virgo says, how come you're not going to do a panel recap of Real Housewives of Potomac? I might actually end up doing a panel recap of Housewives of Potomac. I don't know. I'll look into doing that a little bit later, Lady Virgo. Who knows? Maybe on my next review, I might have someone with me. So just keep on the lookout for that. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is JoJo_Speaks 3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $Jonathan Lee 07. That's $JONATHAN 07. Dustin, do you want to go ahead and give your
my Instagram is Dustin Butler 700, and my Facebook is Dustin Butler. If you want to go follow that, thank you very much as well to everybody on the panel. Thank you very much to Jonathan so much. I love you very much.
You're very welcome, Dustin. I love you too. Thank you guys for joining us. Join us next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces. Until then, we'll say bye for now, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful week. Take care, you guys. Bye, y'all.
Take care.